What's up, everybody? Thanks for stopping by. It is late October. We're getting ready to head into the last full week of October 2022, and I'm headed down to a local lake in Thurston County, Washington. It's a catch and release lake, selective gear only. It's not a fly fish only lake, but it is a selective gear catch and release lake. There's some bigger fish in there. We finally got some weather. It's been a crazy, dry, hot summer. Yesterday was the first real substantial rain we've got since about June. So I'm hoping that the weather change has got the fish moving a little bit, and maybe we'll get into a big one. See you on the water. Made it out to the water, and pretty popular idea today. Several other boats out. A couple of kids fishing from the shore who are actually catching fish right off the boat ramp. So I've got 3 different setups with me today. First, I've got Redington Path 10-foot 7-weight Orvis Clearwater reel. All my reels are Orvis Clearwaters. I would call this an entry-level setup. I'm into this for about $250. I would say that's about entry-level for the rod and reel. The one thing that's not is the line. This is a Rio Stillwater floater. Good quality floating line that I use for my indicator setups. So I'm sitting in about 11 feet of water, and I've got my indicator set at about 10 feet. Wind is at my back. Net's ready to go. Let's give it a lucky dunk. You always want your net to be wet when you catch fish. A little bit of wind, which is good. Just gonna let the ripple on the water bounce that indicator around, which is moving the fly below it. And I'm giving it a slow figure 8 twist back. One just surfaced right there behind me. So another fish just surfaced over there while I was casting. So they're definitely active. There we go. Second cast, feels like a pretty good fish. Indicator released as it should. That's a nice fish. Look at that guy. right in the lip. Flies out. This guy's picture worthy. There he goes. Beautiful. That's a wonderful first fish of the day right there. All right, so my bobber released as it's supposed to, so that I can get that with these long leaders. The leader is going to be longer than my rod is. One of the reasons I like to use a long rod is that you can run a longer leader and still land a fish. I've got a little tape measure there, so I can get back down to that same depth. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 feet. I will check my fly real quick, make sure it's all good. Looks good. Little balanced jig leech. They love them. Two plops, just what I want to see when I'm fishing indicator. You want to see your indicator plop and your fly plop. If you don't see both, then you probably got a tangle. Then it'd be a good idea to check it out. You can see how the wind's blowing across me now, which is okay. You can kind of drift the indicator, but if you have too much of a belly in your line, it can be difficult to get a good hook set. So I'm going to go ahead and reposition so I can fish with the wind at my back real quick. There we go. Another nice fish. A little smaller. Barbless hook right in the top of the mouth. Let's go ahead and get him out of there. See you later. Wind has died down dramatically. It's pretty smooth and glassy right now, which is not ideal for fishing under an indicator. You can still do it, but I've just found that it's not as productive when the water's glassy. So I'm just cruising slowly down the shoreline looking for any fish moving. One just surfaced out there See if I think that guy in that belly boat's got one on right there. Yep, he's got one in the net. Nice. See if we can get a washing line set up going here and see if we can get him to come up and take it a little bit. Just because something different to do, and it does look like there are some bugs coming off here, so maybe a chironomid might be the ticket. Is he talking about with the washing line? Well, we've got same rod, same model rod, same model reel, very different line. So this is a floating line out to about the last 3 feet. You can see it turns clear, and that clear is an intermediate sink tip. On that, I've got a 7.5 foot tapered leader to my first dropper. Just a little chironomid pattern. I've had really good luck with that particular color. Then flat 4X fluoro down to a second one. Then flat 4X fluoro down to a buoyant point fly, in this case a little booby. There's a fish that surfaced right there. Again, we might have some luck with this. This is a very popular method in the UK. I've had some pretty good success with it. Let's see if it does us any good today. So fishing this method, I usually cast it out, give it a quick couple tugs to get all my flies in line. Give it a little bit to let those chironomids and let that midge tip work and let them sink a little bit. And then once I think it's sunk as far as it's gonna, I'll give it a nice slow retrieve back. This guy's got what looks like a nice fish on. I've relocated over to the other side of the lake. Washing line was no good, sinking line was no good. Got a little bit of a breeze picking back up here, so I'm gonna go back to indicator, and I'm gonna go ahead and switch flies just cause. I'm gonna stick with the balance leech, but this one's a little different. It is on a jig hook, but it's tied with a head turner tungsten bead. I really like those beads. They're really cool. Make time balance flies really easy. Don't have to add pins and all that good stuff. And the tungsten gets them down fast without being big and bulky. Let's see what that little guy does for us. The line's getting pretty gritty. Definitely time to do a little line maintenance, a little cleanup. Oh, there was a bite. Oh. I don't think I poked him. There we go. Nice fish. Stay on there, buddy. That's a good fish. Head shake, nice. Who's mad? Nice. That's a good fish. Hooks out. See ya. Beautiful fish. Healthy guy. Nice, strong, healthy fish. Water temps are finally down. We're actually below 60 degrees water temp today, which is awesome. As long as you keep your hands wet, keep away from their gills, should be able to release these fish without any issues. I just turned my camera off and got a take, of course. Decent fish, not as hot as the last one was. Good size. Flies out. Pretty fish. There he goes. Well, the bite's basically completely died. There's one gentleman over here. He's got a fish. That's the first one I've seen hooked up in, I don't know, hour and a half probably. So I think it's time to move on. Pretty good day overall, I'd say. I had 4 in the net. 3 of them were fairly quality fish. Then it just slowed right down and I wasn't seeing anybody catching anything until, of course, right when I went back to the boat ramp. 3 different techniques I tried today. Under an indicator, which is what I caught every one of the fish on. I did fish a parabolic line, no luck there, and I did fish the washing line method, no luck there. I don't think I explained to you guys, or I don't think I showed you my setup for the sinking line. I got a spider in my truck. Oh, so maybe next time out we'll go into that. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. If you enjoyed the content, please feel free to give it a like, think about maybe a subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one. Tight lines.